10 men crossed a fast-flowing river. When they reached the other side, one of them counted all the others to make sure that everyone had survived the crossing. He counted them all, but omitted to count himself. "One of us has drowned," he cried out. "One of us has drowned." The other 9 went through the same exercise, and all of them made the same mistake of failing to count themselves, so all of them became convinced that one of their party had drowned. They started crying and weeping because they were all convinced that one of their friends had died. Some passerby came up to them and said, "Why are you crying? What is the problem?" He was told that they were all grieving because they had lost a member of their party. When it was explained to him how they had reached this conclusion, the new man lined up all the 10 travelers and counted them, and as he did so, he made them all call out the numbers one by one. As the 10th man called out 10, they all realized that no one had drowned, that they had all been there all the time, and that their suffering and weeping had been based on an ignorant assumption. Usually this story is told to drive home the point that when one discovers the self, one is not attaining something new. One is merely giving up the suffering that was based on the wrong idea that something was missing. Your ideas of spiritual practice, the idea that I must reject this or that, are also based on an ignorant assumption, the assumption that there is a doer, a meditator, who must do something in order to find something and experience it. You suffer, and you meditate endlessly because you never address this erroneous assumption. The 10 men in the story ran around weeping, saying, "One of us is missing. One of us is missing." You run around thinking, "I must do something. I must do something." Who has to do something? Who is meditating? Instead of looking for results by meditating or rejecting attachments, just look towards the one who is meditating. Find out who he really is, and then everything will stop.